Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps. Now in this video, we're going over Amy Slaton and Michael Halterman from 1,000 Pound Sisters and their ongoing court proceeding, divorce, all that. So apparently in the latest court proceeding, Amy had the charges of domestic violence and I think the protection order. I'm not exactly sure. I got to go back. But she had those dropped. Now, it might be, she just didn't feel like going through all that. Maybe she wants to make sure the father of her children doesn't have a record, preventing him from getting jobs in order to financially support his children, or it may be a different reason why she did that. But I mean, it could be many different reasons why she decided not to pursue it. Now, also that happened in the court proceeding is Michael asked for split custody. Now, he wanted it, I think, where 1 week he had 3 days or 2 days, and then another week, the second week had 3 or something like that. I did this video and then I didn't like it and I had to redo it, and my unorganized behind did not look at the article again. But anyways, he was basically asking for split custody. Now, Amy didn't like this because, number one, she thinks those, going back and forth for 2 kids is going to be confusing like that. And Michael apparently is living with his mother who's elderly, and she doesn't think it's a good idea on his mother's health-wise, in order and have 2 small kids running around the house, which I kind of agree with that as well. Now, as far as the moving kids back and forth, I mean, there's so many kids out right now that are homeless, that parents are young or bouncing from place to place. That happens for kids nowadays. I mean, pretty sure it happened back in the day, but just for modern times, it happens. Kids got to go through that. It's better to be more stable in a house. In a house situation is better for kids to be stable, but it's also better for kids to spend time with both parents. So both sides, Anywho, so he asked for split custody. Now, I will say this, that I've known a lot of parents, from just reading news articles and people that I've known in my life, I really wasn't friends with, but I've known people, acquaintances, people you work with, all that stuff. I've known parents that didn't have anything to do with their kids. Now, I will say that because remember, allegedly from Amy's own words, Michael didn't want anything to do, didn't want to help her with the kids, nothing. Got mad if she went out with her sister to go out to eat or something like that. He wasn't helping around the kids. Now, saying that, I know a lot of parents that didn't have anything to do with their kids when they were with the person, when they were with the other parent, didn't help at all, didn't want to do nothing, but now suddenly that parent no longer wants to be with them, they now want to have 50% custody. They now want to spend time with their kids. All this changed as soon as the other parent doesn't want to be around. And it's really irritating because it could be that there's our situations where they realize that, hey, I've screwed up. I need to at least be in my kid's life for now. Yeah, a lot of them do realize that. But a lot of them realize, hey, if I got 50% custody, I don't have to pay child support. In a lot of cases, that's true. Some other cases where the one parent makes a lot more than the other, they still give the other parent child support to make up with that, drastic change in lifestyle. You know where I'm going. But yeah, for a lot of parents, they're like, hey, I don't want to pay child support, so I'm going to take 50-50 custody, which I think is complete and utter bullcrap. I do. Because if you didn't want to have anything to do with your kids, you didn't want to have anything to help your spouse who was drowning, taking care of your kids, didn't want to do anything with them, didn't want to spend time with them. But now, because you've got a few hundred a month, probably like max 600, or probably more than that, but still, you got, because of money, you want to spend time with your kids, which it isn't even then spending time with their kids. Because I can guarantee you what happens is with a lot of these situations where the only reason they're doing it is for a child, so they don't have to pay child support. Those kids are not taken care of. They're basically put in front of whatever to keep them quiet, and they're possibly treated like crap, or they either have somebody else, a family member watching them, probably a grandma. So yeah, it's complete and utter bull crap of why they do that. So, y'all, before I get on a tangent on that, let's get off that subject. So anyways, that's my opinion, my kind of opinionated theory on why he might want child support and why other parents do that. So that being said, yeah, so he wants 50-50 custody. But the other issue I had was Amy had so as soon as she apparently left the courtroom, she had TLC's cameras along with her sister and brother out there outside the courthouse filming, probably for an episode. Which, how I feel about this is, say if Michael, because we already know Michael had a problem with his kids being on camera. So you already know Michael has a problem with his kids being on camera. He doesn't want that. So instead of just letting this whole part of your life not be filmed in front of the cameras, which I think the judge also put an order for no like social media or anything, which I don't know if that includes cable news networks. So she might be able to legally still do this, but doesn't look good in front of a courthouse, doesn't look good in front of a judge that is saying, so I know I'm getting all confusing. So if Michael goes in front of the judge next time and says, hey, I don't want my kids being on her television show, you shouldn't allow that. And Tammy's going to be like, hey, I think they should be. But hey, Michael's going to be like, you know what? You put an order on this and this, but she's still going and having a camera come follow her. So my divorce and everything's going to be on national television. She doesn't care about that. She's going to film anything she wants. And what's that judge going to think? I mean, he could either think Michael is being too controlling, or he could think Amy is not being responsible. So it could go bad for Amy. I really think she should have just not have the camera crew film this part, or at least any part at the courthouse. You know, she should have just let it rest, let the court proceedings go through, let the divorce go through, let the custody order go through, and then bring the cameras back to film the aftermath of everything. So that way, if she still wanted her kids to be on camera, Michael won't have this ammunition. But of course, the camera crew isn't going to tell her that. TLC's not going to tell her that, because they want a cash cow. They want this divorce. They want it filmed so they can make money off of it. They don't, are even them thinking about it? Nobody in nobody in production was like, hey, this might be a bad idea and we might not be able to film the kids in future shows. So long term, it might be better if we don't do this right now. But no, of course they don't. So anyways, that's what I wanted to go over and tell you everything that's happening on 1,000-Pound Sisters. So far, what I see, and it looks like Amy and Tammy were also hanging out with that comedian. I don't know that lady's name. That comedian, and y'all probably know. I'll put up some pictures. I totally blanked my mind. But yeah, that's it. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a great day.